Hey, what's happening? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I wanted to go ahead and do a follow-up to my upgraded custom lightsaber. I figured it's been about a week since I got my saber back with the new upgrades, which was installed with Crystal Focus 10, Smooth Swing, and Neopixel. And since then, I figured, do I still like what I have? Do I hate it? Have I had any issues? And of course, I wanted to share with you guys the fonts that I have on here as well. Now, I'm not going to go in depth with every single font because I currently have 22 or 21 on here, but I will go over some of the main highlights is what I'll do for this video to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. So I will say that without a doubt, I'm extremely satisfied, and this is basically exactly what I was looking for. When I got my first custom lightsaber, I wanted to get a hilt that I liked, which Saberforge for me has a lot of hilts that I personally like. I've looked at what Ultra Sabers had to offer for just empty hilts in general, and there was maybe a couple that I personally liked, but it seemed like most of the styles that I had a personal preference to was offered on Saberforge's end. But as far as the electronics go, with the whole Neopixel I just feel like is an added bonus. But the main heart of this with Crystal Focus 10, that is a board that I like. It's so easy to learn, understand it, and so user-friendly, especially for someone like me who has no idea what I'm messing with and what I'm getting into. It was just so easy to follow along, and it's got a great community of people to guide you along the way. Now, one of the things that we initially did was, of course, I wanted to fix it to where the blade would retract to match up with the audio, because I noticed out of the box that every time I would retract the blade, it would do it instantly. It didn't really match up or sync up with the audio. And Mark, who is from Kyber Installs, he's actually the guy who did the installation for me, which his information is in the description down below. He was nice enough to guide me and to understand some of the settings that I was messing with, and he's been such a great help, along with a few other people from the community as well. And not only that, we also added a new blade profile on here, which basically for the profile will give it a chroma effect. So the blade profiles that you have is your default lit blade. You also got the static effect or the unstable. You also have a cool like flame style along with a pulsing. And then you have the chroma feature where it's got the whole rainbow color scheme going on. The fact that it's able to do that, I think is quite cool. So yeah, once we went ahead and did that, I also wanted to kind of, understand in terms of how to install fonts on here, which was so much simpler. Saberforge, I was always frustrated trying to add fonts on the hilts, and it was just such a pain in the butt. Here, it's as simple as purchasing a font, adding it to your folder. That's mostly it. I mean, you just got to give it a number and then whatever folder name. But yeah, nothing complicated where, all these files had to have this and that name. I mean, unless if you're changing some of the actual files themselves, like font and all that. And, as I kind of got to a chance to learn and better understand that, I took some of the fonts that I purchased and added other files from other folders, and some of them I've also added a prion where they originally did not have a prion feature, and I've learned quite a bit, and I'm really loving it, by the way. So let's just go ahead and kind of stop talking, and let's just go ahead and show off the fonts. Like I said, the first 17 all have Smooth Swing enabled, and it's currently set to the original trilogy, Clone Wars, followed by what we have now. And then hopefully we'll have new ones based around Jedi Fallen Order soon. We'll just have to wait till that game is out for people to get access to audio files of the character. But after that, it's kind of like a no in general order. Not older, but order. My mouth is getting so dried up right now. Alright, so
Skywalker.
First one is Skywalker. Now to quickly go over this one, I just want to kind of show off the blade profile.
Audio player.
Oop.
Skywalker.
I keep forgetting to hold the button down to select it.
I'm a Jedi. I will never join the dark side.
I know what you guys are saying, the blade is red, it should be green. That's because I was messing with this earlier, and this is like my 6th time trying to record this video, and so many different things keep interrupting this video. So first off, let's go ahead and showcase the blade profile I was talking about.
Spectral. Blade profile.
So the blade profile's here. Here we go. This is the chroma feature I was talking about. If I hold it up against here, you guys can see that it's going through an array of spectrum of colors, and it's really cool that it's able to do that. I like that effect a lot.
Spectral. Blade profiles.
Go ahead and just kind of exit out of this. That's the There we go. And this one's also got music to go along with it.
I'm warning you!
That's not the music.
I feel the good in you.
Now this one, if I remember correctly, is called Battle Luke, and this is complete with smooth swing, and basically you got music. It's also got this audio file track where he'll say some form of random dialogue that's in the folder every like 5 or 6 seconds, but pretty cool things. Next up,
Sound bank selection.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
now this one is Daddy Issues, and Daddy Issues has fonts for Darth Sidious, Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker, and it has a pretty cool where you enable the clashing animation, and it basically has additional fonts to go along with that, so it's pretty cool to see what people come up with as Saber fonts. Of course, Darth Vader. I have yet to find a Darth Vader font where you could hear him constantly breathing while the while the saber is lit, but I do like the audio track with this one.
Hold easy.
Classic right there.
Sound bank selection.
Now I'm trying not to have the music play too long because YouTube and their music copyright is such a pain to deal with. So Darth Sidious, as you can figure out. The next one we should be going into the Clone Wars. This one I set up to be a Anakin versus Obi-Wan Kenobi based on the moments of Revenge of the Sith.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
So go ahead and select this one. And then this one also has a Prion that I've enabled for this one. So you just heard Anakin already. Next up is Obi-Wan.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
So that's pretty neat. And let us not forget, best but not last, just like that. So I just love that. And for me, I actually like sabers with Prion effects. I mean, some people just like it where it's the blade ignites, nothing else. I mean, I could easily change these around. I have like 6 or 7 different folders set up depending on what I want to go with that particular day. I mean, I have enough fonts to have, I think, like 35 files on here, but I think the more fonts you add, it's kind of a pain to go to the ones that you really want. So I try to narrow it down to less than 25 on a saber. But again, it's all about personal preference here. The next one, we're going to go ahead and get to Obi-Wan. Oop.
Sound bank selection.
Hello there.
So this is your typical Obi-Wan during the Clone Wars, and one of the Prions is, let the negotiations begin, and then the other one is I'll do as I must, or I do what I must, and then the blade will activate. Now the next one on here is, a familiar character, because Obi-Wan and this particular character have been going at it for such a long time during the Clone Wars. If you guessed General Grievous, you are correct.
I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku.
Now this one, I've also added a Prion, because usually when you click that button down, the font, this next one would typically be the font, but I made that one into the Prion instead.
Back away! I will deal with this Jedi slime myself.
So yeah, really nice. And then of course we also got more music. Give it a second. Such a creepy music right there, but I like it. Let's see, next.
Sound bank selection.
I am Pre Vizsla. We are the Death Watch, descendants of the true warrior faith all Mandalorians once knew.
So I know how many of you are big fans of the Darksaber, and some of you guys were kind of hoping, Disney would do a Darksaber. I mean, there's some people that do a Darksaber, but it's not an actual black blade technically. There's ways to cheat around that. But this one is related to the Darksaber. So you already heard Pre Vizsla right there in the beginning. And if you know the whole ordeal with him and Darth Maul, well, you guys are going to get a kick out of this one. Which, by the way, this the Prion that's about to happen is a little bit of a spoiler if you have yet to watch the Clone Wars. So let's go ahead and begin. So I just selected it, and now here's the Prion.
I claim this sword, and my rightful place as leader of Deathwatch.
So this one's a really cool saber font. So hopefully you guys liked that one. So this particular one, I took the audio files from a couple of different ones. I enabled it to this one. Actually, no, this one had 3 fonts. You had Pre Vizsla, you also had Darth Maul, and then you also had a font for Sabine from Star Wars Rebels. There was a moment where Kanan was, you know, ignite the blade type situation. The reason why I didn't add her is because this particular font section is to cater towards the Clone Wars area, and she was long after the Clone Wars because that was during the Star Wars Rebels seasons. The next one.
Sound bank selection.
This one is Sidious from the Clone Wars version, not the original trilogy. I mean, Sidious has been around for a while, but that's where this particular font is from. The next one is Rey.
You're afraid.
And this one I've also added a Prion, so let's go ahead and select this one.
I think I can handle myself.
This one's also got a bunch of different audio quotes.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
And I know that's not the true blade color, but you know, it's my saber. I could be whatever blade color I want. But yeah, I really like that. This one's also got, I think this one has 2 different audio tracks.
There's danger.
This is one of the ones where after a few seconds, a character will say something.
Quit hiding.
And then we wait a few seconds. I believe this one's called Battle Ray.
You want to turn away.
So I like having all these different music tracks. That's a good way to get audio for your saber without having to figure it all out.
Sound bank selection.
Traitor!
As you would expect, that one is Kylo Ren. Now, this Kylo Ren folder actually had a couple of different setups. So if you're someone that has a crossguard saber, you have a folder for that one to enact with the additional blades. But the one that I currently have set it up to is that he has a folder where if you just have a single blade, don't have the crossguard, then this one's going to work out for you. And I also took the font from another folder, and so this one is how this one's set up. So let's go ahead and select it.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me. Come get it.
Kind of fitting since I'm wearing the jacket right now. And then of course, initiate. And as you can see, it's got the stable effect already set up. Has that nice menacing sound to it. I love it.
Sound bank selection.
I wondered when you would return.
So this is a temple guard. Now that's all there really is. The actual sound of it, I don't think really matches up. Actually, let's go ahead and listen. I like that little cue though. So nothing too crazy. I have yet to find a perfect temple guard one. I know there are some people, actually I'll put maybe the files down below where someone actually extracted the audio files off those kyber crystals that are sold in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, specifically for when they're in a saber hilt, basically the humming and the swing, and I have no idea how to convert those to work with the board, because I was wanting to use the hum off the yellow crystal to put with this Temple Guard one, but every time I add the font on here, I guess something doesn't really work out too well, or just like nothing happens. But if you guys know how to make that happen, let me know.
Sound bank selection.
I wondered.
Darth Treyer.
And we have Darth Treyer. Give you guys a quick listen on this one.
It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it.
Okay, Saber Ignite.
Power. I wield it. There is is no truth in the Force.
So she has definitely a lot of audio files.
One's will can draw upon the strength of others.
So I love that.
That is the lesson of strength.
Sound bank selection.
Darth Treya.
The next one is... Now, I've showcased that last time during the unboxing video. You guys could refer to that one if you want to hear that one. This one's, again, another one that was by defaults. This next one should be Metroid. Now, Metroid has nothing to do with Star Wars, but it does something really cool.
Metroid.
So here's the Metroid one, so go ahead and select. So this one has 4 different, actually some of these have like more than one ways of booting up the saber. This one has 4 of them. So you tilt the saber up this way, this one, and of course up and down. This one's like the best, but we'll save that one last. So by default, if you have it upwards, and this one I have set up to the pulsing effect because I thought it would be nice or a good combination for the Metroid. And this one's also got smooth swing. Hopefully you guys, it's not as loud. And then you got your, then sideways. And then hopefully I get this one correct. You got to get it like just right. No, let's try it once more. And then best for last, hopefully you guys could see this one. If not, let's actually turn down. Hopefully that helps. Here we go. That's awesome. If you guys couldn't hear it, it basically goes. Oop, why is that? There we go. But that was just really, really neat. Alright.
Sound bank selection.
Metroid.
Now the ones after this are standard saber fonts that don't have smooth swing.
The Force Unleashed 2 Remastered. What will you do with me? Hate for his weaknesses, disgust for his failings, and pride for rising above them. Starkiller could not kill me. What hope do you have? I can hear his thoughts. I have his dreams.
Pretty neat.
Sound bank selection.
The Force Unleashed 2 Dark Fate.
So that one is the Force Unleashed 2 Dark Fate.
The Force Unleashed 2 Call of Rage.
This one is the Force Unleashed 2 Call of Rage. So let's go ahead and select this one. So this one has a few fonts similar to like either Vader just like breathing or he'll walk in and breathe. There's one on here where it kind of takes a few seconds before you even are able to do anything. But this one has also got the sound of basically the fight on Kamino. You could hear the rainfall. And if we wait a few seconds, you could also hear the thunder. See right about now. And if we press the second button underneath instead of blasters, we'll hear quotes from Vader.
Now you will feel the true power of the dark side. I will always be your master, and you will always be a slave. If you wish to play at being a Jedi, so be it. You are a fool to face me alone.
So, yeah, I like having additional quotes.
Sound bank selection.
So this is the Kamino one. I've also showcased this one on the last video.
Crystal focus.
And then we go into Crystal Focus.
Audio Audio player.
and then back to the original.
Skywalker.
But anyways, let me know what you guys think about all those fonts. Let's go ahead and select this.
I feel the good in you.
Actually, there's one thing I forgot, is the music from the Darksaber. Let's go ahead and go to that one.
Sound bank selection.
Skywalker.
Welcome.
Hello?
I am Pre-Vizsla.
So now we get to the music. I just wanted to play that because I also love that particular track as well. But again, let me know what you guys think about the fonts on here and some of the changes that I made to some of them. But yeah, like I said, as far as the initial update goes, I'm extremely happy with this. I'm in the current process of trying to figure out what my next saber will be, because I know some of you guys are kind of curious, what am I going to get next? One of them that's already planned is to get the Fallen Hilt off Saberforge, which is themed for the upcoming video game, the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I definitely can't wait. And I know some of you guys were asking if I was going to review it, and the answer is absolutely. But the other one is in terms of what other fonts, I mean not font, but what other saber hilt I want to get. There's a few different ones I'm looking at. There was one that I've seen on Etsy. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was like a saber kit. So you could basically build the lightsaber that Starkiller has from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. It has about a price tag of $300. You assemble everything together. It's even got the crystal and everything. It doesn't come with any electronics, so you have to do the install for that one. There's another one that's basically a hilt, which is themed for Obi-Wan Kenobi, based off Revenge of the Sith. And the other idea that I had was potentially getting another saber hilt exactly like this one with the same installs and then a coupler, so that way I could form the saber staff. So let me know which one of you get, or let me know out of those different features which one that you guys would like to see, or which one would be the best option to go with. And the other idea that I had with the Starkiller lightsaber was because that one doesn't come weathered or anything, I figured that might be a fun little project to do where I'll take and weather it, add the rust and all that fun stuff. But again, let me know if you guys have any of those or experiences and which ones that you think would be best for someone like me. Let me know in the comment section down below. And next week, I'm actually going to be going back to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge on November 2nd. And I will be building another lightsaber, because what I needed was that I needed to get some more scrap metal so I could complete my protection and defense saber staff. So that's a little bit of a sneak peek for next week's upcoming video. But until then, if you guys have any... Stuff is just falling over. But until then, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys next time.